The unexpected visitor. The ancient ventilation system of Outpost Zeta 12 wheezed and sputtered, struggling against the relentless void of space. Amidst the labyrinth of corroded pipes and flickering holoscreens, Alex Chen methodically tinkered with a malfunctioning power coupling. The young engineer's nimble fingers danced across the intricate circuitry, coaxing life back into the temperamental device. At 28, Alex was the youngest and arguably the most skilled technician on this derelict space station. Zeta 12 hung in low orbit around a barren moon, forgotten by the bustling core worlds of the United Earth Alliance. It served as a refueling waypoint for long-haul freighters and the occasional exploration vessel, but such visitors grew rarer with each passing year. As Alex sealed the housing of the repaired coupling, a faint tremor rippled through the station's superstructure. The engineer paused, head cocked to one side. That vibration didn't match any of Zeta 12's usual creaks and groans. It felt almost like the station's ancient warning klaxons erupted into life, their shrill wails echoing through empty corridors. Alex's eyes widened as the overhead speakers crackled to life. Unidentified vessel on approach vector, the station's AI announced in its emotionless tone. Collision imminent. All personnel report to emergency stations. What the hell? Alex muttered, scrambling to his feet. He sprinted towards the command center, mind racing. Zeta 12 hadn't received an unscheduled visitor in months, let alone one on a collision course. As he burst onto the bridge, Alex's jaw dropped at the sight greeting him through the reinforced viewport. A ship unlike anything he had ever seen was limping towards the station. Its hull gleamed with an opalescent sheen, organic curves melding seamlessly with sections of crystalline latticework. Tendrils of energy crackled along its surface, and great rents marred its once sleek form. It was unmistakably alien and unmistakably in trouble. Alex's hands flew across the control consoles, desperately trying to establish communication with the approaching vessel. Unknown ship, this is Outpost Zeta 12. Please respond. You are on a collision course. Alter your trajectory immediately. For agonizing seconds, there was only silence. Then, a burst of static erupted from the comms array, followed by a voice that sent shivers down Alex's spine. It was melodic and multitoned, as if several beings spoke in perfect harmony. Zeta 12, we hear you, the alien voice sang. Our systems are critically damaged. We cannot alter course. We seek sanctuary and aid. Alex's mind raced. The station's docking protocols were designed for human vessels, not this alien behemoth. He had mere minutes to improvise a solution or face catastrophic collision. With a deep breath, the engineer made a decision that would alter the course of human history. Unknown vessel, this is Alex Chen, chief engineer of Zeta 12. I'm going to attempt an emergency docking procedure. It's going to be rough, but it's our best shot. Stand by for instructions. What followed was a harrowing dance of precision and desperation. Alex's fingers flew across holographic interfaces, rerouting power, extending magnetic grapples, and reinforcing structural integrity fields. The alien ship shuddered and groaned as Zeta 12's systems strained to guide it into a stable orbit. With a bone-jarring impact that reverberated through the entire station, the vessels connected. Emergency force fields snapped into place, containing the apocalyptic forces at play. For a moment, all was still. Then, with a hiss of equalizing pressure, the airlock between the two ships cycled open. Alex stood transfixed as ethereal figures emerged from the mist of the alien vessel. They were tall, easily 7 feet in height, with bodies that seemed to shimmer and shift like living mercury. Multiple limbs, 4, 6, 8, it was hard to tell, moved with liquid grace. Where a human would have a face, these beings possessed a swirling vortex of iridescent particles. The lead alien glided forward, its form coalescing into a vaguely humanoid shape. When it spoke, Alex felt the words resonate in his very bones. Greetings, Alex Chen of Zeta 12. I am Zenith of Distant Suns, emissary of the luminous Concordat. We come seeking aid in our darkest hour. Alex swallowed hard, acutely aware that he was no diplomat. He was a mechanic, a problem solver. And right now, that's exactly what these beings needed. "Welcome aboard, Zenith of Distant Suns," Alex replied, straightening his posture. "I'm not sure I understand everything that's happening here, but I'll do whatever I can to help. Can you tell me more about the damage to your ship?" The alien's form rippled, particles swirling in what Alex interpreted as agitation. "Our vessel, the Starlight Seeker, was ambushed by void reavers, scavengers who prey upon travelers between the cosmic threads. We escaped, but at great cost. Our navigation matrix is shattered, our quantum drive falters, and the very essence of our ship bleeds into the void." Alex nodded, his engineer's mind already cataloging the potential challenges. "I've never worked on anything like your ship before," he admitted, "but I'm a quick study, and I've got a knack for improvising solutions. If you're willing to teach me about your technology, I'll do everything in my power to get you space-worthy again." Zenith of Distant Suns' form shimmered, and Alex felt a wave of gratitude wash over him. "Your offer honors us, Alex Chen. We accept with profound thanks. But be warned, the knowledge we share may change your understanding of the universe forever." As Alex led the alien delegation deeper into Zeta 12, his heart raced with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. He was about to embark on the challenge of a lifetime, pushing the boundaries of human engineering and scientific understanding. But a nagging doubt gnawed at the back of his mind. What if the void reavers came looking for their prey? The young engineer pushed the thought aside. Right now, his focus had to be on repairing the Starlight Seeker. The fate of these mysterious aliens, and perhaps the future of humanity's place in the cosmos, rested in his hands. With a deep breath, Alex stepped into the alien ship, ready to unravel its secrets and forge an alliance that would echo across the stars. Whispers of stardust. Alex's hand trembled as he held the alien tool, a device that defied his understanding of physics. It resembled a living crystal, pulsing with inner light and responding to his thoughts more than his touch. Zenith of Distant Suns hovered nearby, its mercurial form rippling with what Alex had learned to interpret as anticipation. "The quantum filament is misaligned," Zenith explained, its multi-layered voice resonating in Alex's mind. "It requires recalibration at the subatomic level." Alex nodded, trying to hide his bewilderment. 2 weeks had passed since the Starlight Seeker's dramatic arrival, and each day brought new marvels and challenges. The ship's technology was so advanced it bordered on magic, operating on principles that made Einstein's theories look like a child's crayon drawings. "Right," Alex muttered, more to himself than to Zenith. "Subatomic recalibration, no pressure." He closed his eyes, focusing his thoughts on the crystal tool. To his amazement, he felt it respond, extending tendrils of energy that interacted with the ship's systems on a level invisible to the naked eye. The quantum filament, a strand of pure possibility, slowly realigned itself. A surge of accomplishment flooded Alex's mind, not his own emotion, but Zenith's. The telepathic bond that had formed between them still caught him off guard at times. "Exceptional work, Alex Chen," Zenith sang, its form shimmering with approval. "Your species' adaptability continues to astonish us." Alex grinned, wiping sweat from his brow. "Thanks, but I still feel like I'm fumbling in the dark most of the time. Your technology, it's beyond anything I could have imagined." Zenith's form coalesced into a more humanoid shape, a gesture Alex had learned was meant to put him at ease. "Perhaps it is time we showed you more than just our technology," the alien mused. "Would you care to see the stars as we do, Alex Chen?" Before Alex could respond, Zenith extended a shimmering tendril. The moment it made contact with Alex's forehead, the world exploded into impossible colors. He was everywhere and nowhere, his consciousness expanded beyond the confines of his physical form. The universe unfolded before him like a vast, living tapestry. Stars sang to each other across the void, their melodies a cosmic symphony. He saw the delicate threads of dark matter weaving reality together, and the pulsing rhythms of time itself. In that moment, Alex understood. The luminous Concordat didn't just travel through space, they were one with it. Their ships were extensions of themselves, grown and nurtured rather than built. The damage inflicted by the Void Reavers was more than physical. It was a wound in the very fabric of their being. As quickly as it began, the vision faded. Alex found himself on his knees, gasping for breath, tears streaming down his face. Zenith's tendrils gently steadied him. I had no idea, Alex whispered, his voice choked with emotion. It's beautiful. All of it. How can you bear to see it that way all the time? Zenith's form rippled with what Alex now recognized as sadness. We cannot, not fully. What you experienced was but a fraction of our perception, filtered through the lens of your human consciousness. To exist as we do is both a gift and a burden. Alex nodded, slowly regaining his composure. His mind raced with the implications of what he'd seen. The Void Reavers, he said suddenly, a chill running down his spine. They're more than just scavengers, aren't they? They're trying to unravel the cosmic tapestry itself. Zenith's form darkened, particles swirling in agitation. You perceive correctly, Alex Chen. The Reavers seek to consume the very essence of reality, to reduce all to eternal void. Our Concordat has long stood against them, but this last attack, it was unlike anything we faced before. A wave of determination washed over Alex. The stakes were higher than he could have possibly imagined, but he was no longer daunted by the challenge. He was part of something greater now, connected to the universe in a way he never thought possible. We'll stop them, Alex declared, rising to his feet with newfound purpose. Whatever it takes, whatever I need to learn, we'll find a way to defeat the Void Reavers. Zenith's form brightened, hope radiating from its swirling particles. Your courage honors us, Alex Chen, but the path ahead is fraught with danger. Are you certain you wish to walk it with us? Alex grinned, a glint of determination in his eyes. I signed up to fix your ship, Zenith. Saving the universe seems like a logical next step in my career. As if in response to his declaration, alarms blared throughout Zeta 12. Alex's comm unit crackled to life, the Station A's monotone voice filling the air. Unknown vessels detected on long-range scanners. Profile matches Void Reaver attack ships. Estimated time to intercept, 72 hours. Alex and Zenith exchanged a look that transcended species. The real work was about to begin. Well, Alex said, cracking his knuckles, I guess it's time to see just how much of your cosmic engineering I can cram into my human brain in 3 days. Let's get to work. As they raced to prepare for the coming storm, neither human nor alien could have predicted the extraordinary chain of events their unlikely partnership had set in motion. The fate of all reality hung in the balance, with a forgotten outpost and a brilliant young engineer standing as the last line of defense against the encroaching void. Echoes of the void. Alex's fingers danced across the holographic interface, his movements a blur of desperate precision. Sweat beaded on his brow, evaporating into shimmering motes that hung in the air, a side effect of the Starlight Seeker's otherworldly atmosphere. Beside him, zenith of distant suns, pulsed with an urgent rhythm, its mercurial form stretching and compressing in time with the ship's faltering heartbeat. The quantum harmonics are destabilizing. Zenith's multitoned voice reverberated through Alex's mind. We must realign the probability matrices before. A violent shudder ripped through the ship, sending Alex stumbling. He caught himself on a console that felt more like living tissue than metal. Before that happens, he quipped, flashing a grin that belied his growing anxiety. 48 hours had passed since the Void Reaver's approach was detected. 48 hours of feverish work, of Alex's mind being stretched to its limits and beyond as he absorbed centuries of alien knowledge. The luminous Concordat's technology was so advanced, so fundamentally different from anything humanity had conceived, that understanding it required rewiring his very perception of reality. And yet, for all their cosmic mastery, the Concordat found themselves relying on human ingenuity to survive. Zenith, Alex called out, an idea crystallizing in his mind. You said your ships are extensions of yourselves, right? Grown, not built. The alien's form coalesced into a vaguely humanoid shape, particles swirling in what Alex had come to recognize as curiosity. This is correct. The Starlight Seeker is as much a part of us as your limbs are to you. Alex nodded, his excitement building. Then we've been going about this all wrong. We're not just repairing systems, we're healing a living entity. And if there's one thing humans know how to do, it's adapt to heal. He turned to a nearby workbench, grabbing seemingly random pieces of equipment from Zeta 12's stores. I need you to trust me, Alex said, his voice filled with determination. What I'm about to do might seem unorthodox. Zenith's form rippled with what might have been amusement. Alex Chen, your entire existence is unorthodox to us. Proceed. With a deep breath, Alex plunged his hands into the living circuitry of the Starlight Seeker. He felt the ship's essence flow around him through him. Guided by instinct and newfound knowledge, he began to weave the disparate technologies together. Human ingenuity melded with cosmic engineering, creating something entirely new. As he worked, Alex began to hum. It started as a simple tune, a half-remembered lullaby from his childhood. But as the ship's systems resonated with his efforts, the melody evolved. It intertwined with the cosmic symphony Alex had glimpsed in his vision, harmonizing with the very fabric of spacetime. Zenith and the other Concordat members watched in awe as the Starlight Seeker began to pulse in rhythm with Alex's song. Damaged systems knitted themselves back together. The ship's quantum core, once faltering, now burned with renewed vigor. Hours passed in a blur of creation and harmony. When Alex finally stepped back, exhausted but exhilarated, the transformation was stunning. The Starlight Seeker hummed with power, its hull gleaming with an inner light that shifted through impossible colors. By the first dawn, Zenith breathed, its voice a chorus of wonder. You've done more than repair our ship, Alex Chen. You've evolved it, enhanced it with the essence of humanity itself. Alex grinned, swaying slightly from exertion. Well, when life gives you lemons, you make transdimensional lemonade, right? Before Zenith could inquire about this curious human idiom, alarms blared throughout the station. The Aya's voice, typically monotone, now carried an undercurrent of urgency. Multiple Void Reaver vessels detected. Temporal distortions indicate faster-than-light travel. Estimated time to arrival, 15 minutes. The jubilation of moments ago evaporated, replaced by grim determination. Alex straightened, his eyes gleaming with a mix of fear and excitement. Right then. Time to see if our transdimensional lemonade packs enough of a punch. As they raced to battle stations, Alex felt a shift in the air. The barrier between his mind and the ship's consciousness thinned. He could sense the Starlight Seeker's readiness, its eagerness to prove its newfound strength. More than that, he felt the bond between himself and the Concordat deepening, transforming into something greater than the sum of its parts. Zenith's form expanded, enveloping Alex in a cocoon of shimmering particles. Alex Chen, the alien intoned, its voice resonating through every fiber of Alex's being. You have given us a chance where there was none. Now, we offer you a choice. The engineer found himself floating in a sea of starlight, Zenith's consciousness merging with his own. In the battle to come, we can fight as allies, side by side. Or, Alex felt the weight of cosmic potential pressing upon him. Or, he prompted, already suspecting the answer. Or we can truly unite, human and Concordat, flesh and stardust. We can face the void as one being, greater than either of our species alone. But know this, such a union may be irreversible. You would be forever changed. Time seemed to stand still as Alex pondered the choice before him. The fate of the universe hung in the balance, and he, a simple human engineer from a forgotten outpost, held the key. With a smile that outshone the stars themselves, Alex made his decision. Well, he said, his voice echoing across realities, I always did want to see the universe. Let's show these Void Reavers what happens when humanity and the Concordat join forces. As alarms blared and the fabric of space itself trembled, a new being came into existence. Neither fully human nor purely Concordat, it pulsed with the ingenuity of Earth and the cosmic majesty of distant stars. The void reavers were approaching, hunger incarnate. But within the transfigured Starlight Seeker, creation itself stood ready to fight back. The battle for reality was about to begin. Symphony of Starfire. The void between worlds shimmered, reality itself recoiling as the Reaver fleet tore through the fabric of space-time. Their ships were monstrosities of uncreation, massive structures of anti-light that hurt the eye to behold. As they approached Zeta 12, stars winked out of existence, swallowed by an insatiable cosmic hunger. But aboard the transformed Starlight Seeker, a new form of existence pulsed with defiant life. Alex Zenith, the fusion of human engineer and Concordat emissary, stretched their shared consciousness across multiple dimensions. They were no longer merely flesh or energy, but a harmonious blend of both human intuition married to cosmic understanding. Well, that's something you don't see every day. Alex's voice echoed through their shared mindscape, a touch of his trademark humor lightening the gravity of the moment. Zenith's response rippled through their being like a wave of starlight. Indeed, the Reavers have never faced a unified defense like ours. We have the element of surprise. As one, they guided the Starlight Seeker into a defensive position around Zeta 12. The once dilapidated station now hummed with borrowed power, its ancient systems invigorated by Concordat technology and Alex's ingenious adaptations. The first wave of Reaver ships struck like a tsunami of darkness. Weapons that unmade matter at a quantum level lashed out, seeking to unravel the very essence of their targets. But where those beams of anti-creation struck, they found something unexpected. Alex Zenith had woven a defense that defied conventional physics. Layers of probability fluctuated in rapid sequence, each one absorbing a fraction of the Reaver's assault before passing it to the next. The result was a shield that didn't just deflect attacks, it redirected their energy, feeding it back into the Starlight Seeker systems. They don't like that very much, do they? Alex's thoughts danced with a mixture of triumph and focus. Through their shared senses, he could feel the Reaver's confusion, their single-minded hunger momentarily stymied by a prey that refused to be consumed. Zenith's consciousness surged with agreement. Now, Alex, friend, while they recalibrate, show them the fire of human creativity. With a thought, Alex Zenith brought the Starlight Seeker's primary weapon to bear. But this was no ordinary armament. In the scant hours before the battle, Alex had married human musical theory to the Concordat's mastery of cosmic harmonics. The result was something entirely new in the universe. A pulse of pure creation erupted from the Starlight Seeker. To human eyes, it would have appeared as a dazzling array of colors and light. To the Concordat, it was a symphony of rebirth, each note a fundamental force of reality given voice. And to the Void Reavers, it was anathema. Where the pulse struck, Reaver ships didn't simply explode, they were rewritten. Hulls of anti-light blossomed into newborn stars. Weapons of uncreation became swerving nebulae, seeding the void with the potential for new life. For a moment, the battle paused as both sides absorbed the magnitude of what had just occurred. Alex Zenith felt a swell of emotions, awe at the power they had unleashed, sorrow for the lives they had transformed, and a steely determination to see this through. But the Reavers were not so easily deterred. The remaining ships, nearly two-thirds of the original fleet, regrouped. Their next attack was not aimed at the Starlight Seeker or Zeta 12, but at the fabric of spacetime itself. Reality groaned as the Reavers initiated their ultimate weapon. A rift began to open, a tear in the cosmos that threatened to swallow everything in its path. Alex Zenith watched in horror as the laws of physics began to unravel around them. No, they whispered in unison. We didn't come this far to lose it all now. In that moment of crisis, a new possibility blossomed in their shared consciousness. It was dangerous, perhaps suicidal, but it was also their only chance. Alex Zenith reached out, not with weapons or shields, but with understanding. They opened their mind to the Void Reavers, offering a glimpse of what they had become, the union of human and concordat, a bridge between worlds. For an eternal instant, the battle froze. The Reavers, creatures of consumption and entropy, touched the mind of a being that embodied creation and growth. It was like fire meeting ice, order confronting chaos. And in that touch, something miraculous occurred. A single Reaver ship, then another and another, began to change. The all-consuming hunger that drove them flickered, replaced by a spark of something long forgotten, curiosity. Alex Zenith seized the opportunity. Through their connection, they showed the Reavers an alternative to endless consumption. They offered a vision of a universe where creation and entropy danced in balance, each giving meaning to the other. The rift in space-time began to close as more and more Reavers paused in their assault. It wasn't a total victory. Some ships, too far gone in their hunger, continued to attack. But for the first time in eons, the tide of uncreation had been stemmed. As the last echoes of battle faded, Alex Zenith allowed themselves a moment of relief. They had done the impossible, not just surviving the Reaver onslaught, but offering a new path to beings long thought irredeemable. But their trials were far from over. As they turned their attention back to the battered Zeta-12 and the remnants of the Reaver fleet, a new challenge loomed. How does one negotiate peace between the embodiment of creation and the avatars of entropy? The next phase of their journey was about to begin, and it promised to be stranger and more wondrous than anything that had come before. Echoes of rebirth. The aftermath of the battle hung in space like a surreal painting. Newborn stars pulsed where Reaver ships once prowled, their soft light a stark contrast to the void's emptiness. Zeta-12, once a forgotten outpost, now stood as a nexus of impossibility, a bridge between humanity, the Concordat, and the transformed Reavers. Alex Zenith hovered at the heart of this cosmic tableau, their merged form a shimmering coalescence of stardust and human ingenuity. But the battle's end had brought new complications. The fusion of human and Concordat consciousness, once seamless, now wavered. We're destabilizing. Alex's thoughts rippled through their shared mindscape, tinged with concern and a hint of fear. Zenith's response came as a soothing wave of starlight. Yes, the stress of the battle, the connection with the Reavers, it has strained our union beyond its limits. As if to emphasize the point, their shared form flickered, momentarily separating into distinct human and Concordat entities before snapping back together. The sensation was dizzying, like being in two places at once, while simultaneously being nowhere at all. But there was no time to address their personal crisis. The transformed Reaver ships, those that have responded to Alex Zenith's empathic plea, were approaching. Their forms were changing, twisted anti-light holes gradually reshaping into structures that pulsed with a mix of entropy and potential. We need to stabilize them, Alex's thoughts raced. If they revert, the battle will resume, Zenith finished. But in our current state, we lack the strength to guide their transformation. A moment of shared understanding passed between them. What needed to be done was dangerous, perhaps impossible, but the stakes were too high to ignore. With a thought, Alex Zenith opened a channel to Zeta-12. The station's AI, now imbued with a spark of Concordat consciousness, responded instantly. We need a quantum entanglement array, Alex Zenith communicated. Reconfigure the station's long-range sensors. We're going to attempt a multi-species psychic interface. As the AI worked to implement their request, Alex Zenith turned their attention to the approaching Reaver ships. They stretched out with their consciousness, a silent invitation pulsing across the void. The response was immediate and overwhelming. The minds of the transforming Reavers crashed against Alex Zenith's psyche like a tsunami of chaotic thought and alien emotion. Hunger, confusion, fear, and a desperate longing for something long forgotten assaulted their senses. Alex Zenith's form shuddered, threatening to tear apart under the strain. But in that moment of crisis, something extraordinary happened. Zeta-12's jury-rigged entanglement array sprang to life, creating a web of quantum connections between Alex Zenith, the station, and the Reaver ships. But it didn't stop there. The network expanded, reaching out to touch the newborn stars created in the battle's wake, tapping into the cosmic background radiation itself. Suddenly, Alex Zenith wasn't just interfacing with the Reavers. They were connected to the very pulse of the universe. Through this cosmic network, they began to understand. The Reavers weren't simply creatures of destruction. They were the universe's immune system gone haywire. Eons ago, they had been created to maintain balance, to prune excess growth and prevent reality from tearing itself apart under the weight of unchecked creation. But something had gone wrong. The delicate equilibrium had tipped, and the Reavers had lost their way, becoming the very threat they were meant to prevent. With this knowledge came power and responsibility. Alex Zenith realized they could reshape the Reavers, return them to their original purpose, but doing so would require a sacrifice. "We have to separate," Alex's thoughts whispered through their shared consciousness. "I need to be the bridge, human unpredictability to balance Concordat harmony and Reaver entropy." Zenith's response was a bittersweet pulse of agreement. "It will likely destroy your human form, Alex friend. The energies involved." "I know," Alex interrupted, his mental voice tinged with a mix of fear and determination. "But it's the only way. Besides, who says a human has to stay human? We've already broken plenty of universal laws. What's one more?" With a final shared moment of warmth and understanding, Alex Zenith began to unravel their unified form. Zenith's consciousness flowed back to the Concordat members aboard the Starlight Seeker, while Alex's mind stretched across the quantum network. What followed defied description in any known language. Alex became a conduit for the fundamental forces of the universe. Through him flowed the Concordat's harmonious creation, the Reaver's necessary entropy, and humanity's boundless potential for change. Reality itself seemed to hold its breath as energies beyond mortal comprehension surged through the network. Reaver ships trembled, their forms twisting and reshaping. The newborn stars pulsed in sympathy, their young fire tempered by cosmic purpose. And at the center of it all, Alex's human consciousness expanded, fragmented, and was reborn. When the cosmic storm finally subsided, the scene around Zeta-12 had transformed yet again. The Reaver ships now shimmered with a soft violet light. They were no longer agents of mindless destruction, but newly awakened custodians of universal balance. The Starlight Seeker gleamed, its hull inscribed with glyphs that told the story of an impossible alliance. And there, floating serenely at the heart of it all, was a being of pure energy and thought, no longer fully human, but carrying the spark of humanity's resilience and creativity. As Zenith and the Concordat emerged from the Starlight Seeker, the energy being pulsed with a familiar warmth. When it spoke, the words resonated through space itself, carrying echoes of Alex's humor and determination. "Well, the entity that had once been Alex Chen said, its voice a chorus of cosmic frequencies. I guess this takes employee development to a whole new level. So, who's up for negotiating a multi-species alliance to safeguard reality?" The tapestry of infinity. The cosmic dust settled, revealing a scene that defied conventional understanding. Zeta-12, once a forgotten outpost, now pulsed with an otherworldly glow. Its structure had become a fractal marvel, each segment containing infinite reflections of itself across multiple dimensions. At the station's heart hovered the entity that was once Alex Chen. No longer confined to human form, Alex had become a sentient nexus of quantum possibilities. Their consciousness flowed through the fabric of space-time itself, simultaneously everywhere and nowhere. "You know," Alex's thoughts reverberated through the minds of all present. "I'd always wanted to see the universe, didn't expect to become part of its operating system." Zenith and the Concordat congregated around this new form of existence, their mercurial bodies shimmering with a mix of awe and concern. The transformed Reavers, now resembling intricate webs of violet energy, maintained a respectful distance. The universe, it seemed, would never be the same again. Suddenly, reality hiccuped. The space around them briefly inverted, inside becoming outside, future overlapping with past. When it settled, Alex's energy form had fractalized, splitting into countless miniature versions of itself, each one a window into a different possibility. Oops, Alex's voice echoed, tinged with embarrassment. Still getting the hang of this whole being one with the cosmos thing. Quantum hiccups, am I right? Zenith's form rippled with what might have been laughter. Alex, friend, you never cease to amaze. But we must address the gravities of our situation. The balance of the universe has shifted, and with it, the very nature of existence. As if on cue, the transformed Reavers moved closer. Their once chaotic energy now flowed in complex, orderly patterns. When they spoke, it was a harmony of entropy and creation. We remember our purpose, they intoned. To prune, to balance, to ensure the cosmic dance continues. But we are adrift. The old ways no longer apply. Alex's fractalized forms coalesced, forming a shimmering holographic representation of their human self. Then we write new ways, they said, a glint of determination in their energy eyes. But not alone, not this time. With a thought, Alex expanded their consciousness, creating a psychic forum that enveloped all present. Concordat, Reaver, and the essence of humanity intermingled in a symphony of thought and emotion. Ideas flowed like rivers of light. The Concordat's vision of harmonious growth merged with the Reaver's understanding of necessary decline. Human imagination provided the wild card, offering solutions that defied logical prediction. As they communed, the very fabric of Zeta 12 began to change. The station grew, its structure adapting to embody the new cosmic principles being forged within it. Walls became permeable membranes between realities. Corridors twisted into Mobius strips of infinite possibility. I propose, Alex's voice resonated through the psychic link, a new cosmic accord, not built on dominion or separation, but on mutual understanding and shared purpose. Images flashed through the shared consciousness, Reaver ships and Concordat vessels working in tandem, pruning cosmic overgrowth while seeding new potential. Humans, their understanding expanded by alien knowledge, serving as mediators and innovators across the galaxy. But the grandest vision was of Zeta 12 itself. The station would become a living university of cosmic knowledge, a place where beings from across the universe could come to learn, to grow, and to contribute to the great work of maintaining reality's delicate balance. As the implications of this new paradigm sank in, a wave of agreement rippled through the assembled entities. But there was a bittersweet undercurrent, particularly from the Concordat. Zenith's form approached Alex's holographic self, radiating a mix of pride and sadness. Alex, friend, what you propose is wondrous, but it requires an anchor, a being who can exist between realms, maintaining the bridge between disparate cosmic forces. Such a role would be a one-way trip, Alex finished, that energy form flickering with complex emotions. I know, but let's be honest, I think I passed the point of no return when I became this. A moment of silence fell, heavy with the weight of sacrifice and potential. Then, with a burst of quintessentially human determination, Alex's form expanded, encompassing the entire station. Well then, if I'm going to be the keystone of a new cosmic order, let's make it interesting. Reality warped and twisted. Zeta 12 folded in on itself, becoming a Klein bottle of infinite dimensions. Alex's consciousness suffused every atom, turning the station into a living, thinking entity. When the transformation was complete, Alex's voice echoed through every particle of the station's being. Welcome, they announced, to the nexus of infinite possibilities. No shoes on the antimatter carpets, please. And yes, we have a cafeteria that serves food from every corner of the multiverse. The Concordat and Reavers, united in astonishment, found themselves floating in a grand atrium that defied Euclidean geometry. Classrooms folded through dimensions, libraries contained books that wrote themselves, and observation decks offered views of the universe's very birth. Zenith, adapting quickly, turned to the assembled cosmic beings. "Well then," they said, their forms shimmering with newfound purpose, "shall we begin the first lesson?" As students from across reality began to arrive, drawn by the call of cosmic harmony, the entity that was once Alex Chen smiled. The universe had thrown him one hell of a curveball, but in true human fashion, he'd knocked it out of the park and into an entirely new ballgame. The nexus of infinite possibilities hung in the void, a beacon of hope and unity in a vast, wondrous universe, and at its heart, a human's indomitable spirit continued to dream, too.